Hey guys! Hope you're doing well. Happy Thursday evening. I am on here to talk about what's possible when it comes to leadership, when it comes to setting an example for your teams. And I wanted to share with you a real example from my team and something I'm really proud of. So, there's an application process right now going on for a position that's available for a leadership position. And I asked folks to send me responses to some questions. And they were really difficult questions. And, the last question was basically tell me about a challenge that you experienced in your journey in this relevant to this setting, and sort of what you did with that challenge and where you are today. And, whatever their response was, I just kind of expected a range of responses. And this response that I got, I'm in love with it. So it was, one of the people wrote back and said, when I went from being a frontline staff and transitioned into a leadership position, I realized that I can no longer do all of the things. I had to help others help me accomplish my goals. And they also said that they realized that they weren't great at every single thing. And so they ended up kind of working with people and their strengths and use their team to accomplish goals, not just try to drive success through their own actions, but actually leveraging other people and their skills to accomplish things. And she said that it made it very, I learned through this process that I'm not perfect and that perfection isn't expected. And mind blown, because and she said this is something I'm still working on as part of my self and personal development. And this hit home for me. I was listening to a John Maxwell podcast today, and it was around this same topic that your strengths as a leader, and it's very good to be self-aware and to identify your weaknesses or things that you're just not as good at, or maybe you're not as passionate about. And then also to straight up tell your team, like, hey, I'm a visionary, I'm not good at details, stuff like that, so that they are aware that So let's be really clear. Something that John Maxwell shares is like, your team and your people that you lead already know your weaknesses, right? They work with you all the time. They know your weaknesses. The fact that you're willing to share and admit and be self-aware that you do have weaknesses, that you're not great at everything, and you need the whole team to come together, tells them that you know your weaknesses. And your strengths. Sorry, it paused me because I have low battery. It's always low battery at the end of the day when I do these talks. And where you need to ask for help. Leaders, I think great leaders never go at it alone. They leverage the strengths around them to help them accomplish their goals and to grow and to learn and to get better at their weaknesses. So that is just something that I was really impressed by when I saw. And I also started reflecting on this and thought, like, wow, the fact that this individual learned this, an individual on my team learned this, made me so proud, because I thought myself and the other leaders, Raleigh, please don't bark. Myself and the other leaders that lead this person have been doing so much work to set this example in our workplace, that we don't go at it alone. We don't make decisions in a silo. We don't think we're perfect. We recognize when we need help. And that, really it's a leader's job to be a connector and a pointer and, move the ideas, and it's not necessarily like I'm never coming up with all the ideas, right? So I was really proud of my team, and also like reflect on my own leadership journey. Like in the past, when I first started as a leader in healthcare, almost 9 years ago now, I would have thought that perfection, or this high standard was expected, and that I was expected to like bring it home for the team, right? That I was expected to do that. But now I recognize that obviously it's not. And great leaders never do things by themselves. It's like a whole village. It's a team. So what's possible? With the leadership collaborative community that I have, I started it to share these things that I've learned in my leadership journey for other young professional leaders that are starting out or transitioning into different roles. And a lot of it comes from transitioning from like a frontline person with specific technical skills to transitioning into the leadership skills, which being a leader is so much different than doing all the like checking the box and doing the to-do list. So it's really, really fun to be able to, like in that example, physically see the impact that my change in mindset has had, cascaded all the way down to the front line of my team. And obviously I'm not going to take all the credit for it, but I think that it just shows that when behaviors are modeled by other people who, you feel represented by people that you aspire to, by your boss, like that matters. So your impact as a leader is huge. It is enormous. So never underestimate that. And that's something that we talk about, learn, play catchball around in the Leadership Collaborative. So as a reminder, my community where you can receive one-on-one leadership coaching from me, as well as monthly themed lessons on leadership with worksheets and the presentation slide decks and all of that, and a connection to the other members in the group. It's open for enrollment through up to March 1st. So it's like Sunday night, February 28th, and we start with new curriculum on the 1st of March. And to make it even easier for you to get started, offer the first month for free. So March is free. And if you don't like it, you can get out of the group. It's fine. There's no strings attached. But I want you to see the value that I bring in the group. And I think there's so much value. And the cost for the monthly membership is $9.99. It's under $10. So I think it's an enormous value for the price. And really, it's an investment in yourself and in your leadership skills and knowing what's possible. So if you're struggling, feeling like you do it all and you carry the team, that you can't miss a day of work, that you can't drop the ball, that you don't have a backup at work, maybe you feel like you can never take a vacation, maybe you think just one more thing today, I can't put it down. I'm going to help you through that. And those are the things that we can talk about in our coaching sessions and through the Leadership Collaborative. And you're going to start to see the behaviors changes that you put in place modeled by your team. And it's going to be like an exponential impact. It's just going to explode and translate into further generations of wonderful leaders and staff members. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and let me know in the comments if you resonated with what that person shared about learning that they didn't have to be perfect and that they would use other people, leverage their skills and abilities to get the job done. So, all right, talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful night. Bye.